Okay. Hey guys, this is Monica with the sixfigureblog.com and happyandblessedhome.com. And today I am chatting with Brianna Adams, or as I affectionately call her Bree. I think most of her friends do. And Bree has been a friend of mine for several months now. And she's actually also a student of my course, The 9 Essential Steps to Rock Sponsored Posts. And Bree had some really exciting news to tell me. I think it was just a few days ago that I found out. And I was so ecstatic. I could have popped a cork and celebrated with her, but she lives really far away, so it's kind of hard to do. But so we'll just kind of plan a virtual party. And I just wanted to chat with her today and have her share one of her very, very recent successes. She blogs at Halfpint Design, right? Did I say that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And she's a very talented designer, and she also has a real panache or a real talent with kids party stuff. So, Bree, why don't you tell us a little bit about what just happened recently and why you're excited about it, and just kind of how everything came about. So, give us the scoop.
Okay. Well, I started blogging in February. This is my first year, so it's been a kind of a crazy 9 months, right? And I got my first big contract as a blogger. So I'm going to be styling parties for a company called Enjoyous, and I'll be doing party plans for them, creating menus and printables, and I'm thrilled. It's a paid position, and it's my first one, and I couldn't be more excited.
I know. I am so excited for you. I've just watched your site grow and grow and grow, and it's so exciting. And just seeing your photos and just all the great fun stuff that you're publishing and all the growth that you're seeing, because you've seen a lot of growth on Pinterest and Instagram, right?
I have, yes.
That's
yes.
awesome.
I've been very fortunate, but it's a lot of hard work too.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember one time I called one of my readers. I did a survey. I surveyed my audience, and I called a reader that had responded to a survey, and she was really excited. She goes, "It just seems so glamorous, blogging." And I'm like, "Oh, there's lots of it that's not glamorous." I was just, my mom was visiting recently, and I'm kind of like, Brie, I do some party stuff that's not my main focus on my blog, but I'm more of a lifestyle blogger. But I've done, whenever I do a kids party for one of my kids, I do post about it. And I have all this leftover party stuff, and I was packing it into these plastic containers. And I finally got an area in the garage cleared out, and I'm stacking all these plastic containers. And I thought I should just Instagram this to Brie and just show it to her. Because where do you put all your party stuff? Because you just filled up this giant supply of stuff. So anyways, that's a good question. Where do you put all your party stuff, Brie?
My garage looks a lot like that, with plastic bin. And then my basement, my husband wants to call the show hoarders on me, by the way. So I have a lot of stuff down there, and it's not very organized.
Yeah, I know. It's at some point you will, my mom, and I don't know if your mom's like this, but my mom's like this. She would just come in and be like, "Monica." And I'm like, "Oh, I need to organize that, don't I?" Okay. She was there for 3 weeks, and in the first week I organized all my stuff just so that I could spend 2 weeks just relaxing with her. But anyway, so Bree's going to answer. Yeah, Bree's is going to answer a few questions for me. So Bree, let me just ask you this. So I think you answered how long you've been blogging, 9 months. Let me ask you, why did you start blogging? And so tell us what is your vision for your blog?
Okay. It's still kind of evolving. I know it's changed a little bit from when I first started, but I started blogging because I stay home. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old who's in pre-K, and I wanted to have more flexible time with them. I wanted to be able to go to the park and not feel guilty that I wasn't getting my work, done for somebody else. And my husband keeps threatening to move, and I wanted to be able to have something where I could take it with me wherever we went. We like to travel, and, I built up a client base in Salt Lake City for interior design, but if we move, I just have to start all over again. And I thought this would be a really great time to be flexible and independent. And I liked that idea. So I decided to give it a shot. Plus my husband said, "You spend so much money on all these parties. Let's make it a business so you can write it off."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can. That's the one thing. And I've done that for my kids' parties too. So I get to throw a little bit over the top parties for my kids because hey, it's all a part of the business. The blog's got to
It's a
look,
business expense now, right?
I got to compete. Look at all these crazy talented people online. Okay, awesome. So, and now you just went through 9 essential steps not too long ago, right?
I did. Correct.
And then let's see, before you took the course, what were you struggling with the most in your blogging business?
Well, when I first met you, it was the day that I launched my blog. So when I started 9 Essential Steps, I had been blogging for a grand total of like 10 or 12 days or something. And I didn't know anything. So it was sort of like you threw me a life preserver, and I was just holding on for dear life, just trying to soak in everything. I loved all the comments from everyone. I loved all the links. Every little bit of information was just new and so important for me. But what I didn't realize was how much of an impact it would make to create a firm foundation and really kick that blog off on the right foot. And I learned so much in that first 12 and 14 weeks that I think most bloggers takes 3 or 4 years to learn. And so I'm really, really, by trial and error, and I was able to use your expertise and everybody else in the class and learn from them. And I'm just so grateful that I am where I am today because of you.
Aw, yay. I'm so happy for you because I can't wait to see, just based on the photos that I'm seeing even now, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to be like in Better Homes and Gardens magazine or something. I mean, you're going to be like in parenting or one of those. I can totally see it because the quality is so good and everything is just done so well. Is your design sense really comes through. And that was a talent you had before we met. It was just a matter of knowing how to target that messaging and get it online so that you could really grow that platform. So that's really awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. So I guess I could ask you, what had you tried before and did it work? I don't know. Did you try anything else before that? No, because
I hadn't had time really to try anything. I took a course from Abby Lawson, Just a Girl and Her Blog, on how to set it up. Right. And she kind of gives you some, tools to use, but it was sort of just like to get me to the starting line. And then once I was off and running, like I really wasn't exactly sure what to do. So
yeah, that's true. And we do cover quite a bit in the course as far as setting it up like a business and the business essentials and just managing your time and where to put your focus. So I think,
and hers is more technical, like actually like getting a domain name and all of that very basic stuff. So yours was the next step that was, I needed everything that we did. So it was really, really helpful.
Yeah, that's awesome. So before you signed up for 9 Essential Steps, did you have any expectations? Because I know you came to my presentation, so I'm just curious if you had any expectations.
I wasn't exactly sure what to expect because I'd only ever done one course before. But, I was just willing to learn, anything that was available. But I really felt like it was going to be valuable after your presentation. You knew what you were talking about. You've done this, that year where you did 3 sponsored or 1 sponsored post every 3 days, basically. That was just crazy, right? So you knew what you were talking about. And I knew that I wanted to monetize my blog and have it be an income producing, piece for my family. And so I knew that that was the end game. And if I could get it started and set up properly from the beginning, then I knew that I would be set up for success. So
yeah. Do you think that there's things specifically from the course that have helped you as you're working out this arrangement with the party company that you're working with?
There were a lot of things that I hadn't thought about in working with brand. I've never really, worked like this, kind of one-on-one with a brand like this. I've had other, clients in the design realm, but I think that the module where we did a practice like pitch letter was super helpful because I was able to see kind of wording and ideas and how the perspective that you come from and just showing like your enthusiasm and your background. showing them that you know about their product and their company. So I did my homework before I talked to them, and I looked up existing party plans so that I could say, oh, I saw that one, and this is what I thought about it. And you know what, this is, I have a suggestion for you, and have you thought about this company to partner with? And it was wonderful because our first interview, I really felt like I kind of nailed it. She kept saying like, we're such a good fit, we're such a good fit. And I was so glad that I had done that homework. And I don't know that I really would have spent so much time on the back end had it not been for some of that content in the course.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it really does make a difference. And it can be helpful if you're competing for something that's limited and you're trying to stand out from others. Doing your homework and really knowing how to tailor that can make a big difference. So it's awesome that it worked for you, and I'm so excited. And I know that it's going to happen again and again and again. So that's so awesome. Let's see. So if you were to say about the course, would you say that it has met, exceeded, or like either failed, met, or exceeded, or maybe even beyond your wildest dreams, your expectations? And if so, how so?
Well, it definitely, I mean, as I said, I wasn't sure what to expect. So it definitely exceeded. I'm probably beyond my wildest dreams, my expectations. I had no idea how much I was going to get out of this course.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I ended up with some really important knowledge. I ended up with skills and experience. And then I ended up with friends and a circle, a mastermind group that now has made it so that I can be successful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Bree, and you're a key to that group. I really do think you are. And it's so awesome to have you there just with us and working with us. It's going to take it really does take a tribe. Blogging is very hard to do by yourself. Even when I started, I was pretty lonely. I can just tell you that. And there were a couple of times when I would reach out. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a couple of times when I got reached out to others, and a few times I got burned. So it actually took me like 6 months to recover and try again. I was like, okay, I don't want to give up. I know there's people out there that I can connect with. I just need to try again. And that's what I did. And I think that's just part of the learning process is just, okay, don't give up and just keep trying. And so at least that was for me. I had to learn to do that myself. So let me see. What else do I have here? Can you tell me, and I'd be interested to know, like, which of the training modules do you think helped you the most? So, like, what was the most helpful for you? Can you think?
In the beginning, it was the branding. When we looked at the business cards and all of that, just making sure that everything was cohesive and that all my social media channels looked the same. And because that's where I was at the point. Then it was the goal setting and having that great structure that you provided to be able to fill out that sheet and the form and be able to go back to it. And now that I look back on it and review the information in the course, I think that really it's that pitch letter. It's the doing your research. I mean, there's so many. It's the research one that's super important. And then it's that pitch letter. I keep going back to the pitch letter. And I wrote a pitch letter, and I wrote it to one of my dream brands because you encouraged me to, and I knew I was too small. I knew that they would say no, but I did it anyway. And when I did, it took a leap of faith, right? It took I had to swallow my pride and just be like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to do it. And when I did, I got a response from an actual person. So now I have a contact. And she said I was too small. I knew that. But she said, you're a perfect fit. And when you get bigger, we will contact you. I'm putting you on our watch list. And that is huge. So I am on the watch list. It was at like 4 months of a dream brand. So this is like, if I can even start working with them in 3 years, I'll be thrilled. And then not only did she put me on the watch list, but she gave me some pointers, which changed the way that I do Instagram. And she gave me the contact of another party designer who has proved invaluable to my success. And all of that happened because of that letter.
Yep. That's so awesome, Bree.
And it never would have occurred had I not just gone for it. Fear would have held me back from a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it happens to all of us. We all kind of get in that mindset where we're like, well, this just isn't going to work. And I don't know, maybe this is a waste of time and I just don't know. And yeah, all of us get like that. I get like that too. Sometimes yeah. And sometimes it's our own self-defeating kind of in our brain that keeps us from doing something. So I'm so proud of you for breaking through that barrier and just say, all right, no, I'm going to go for it. I already know what the answer is going to be, but I don't care. I'm going to go for it and see. And it worked out. You got even above and beyond what you would have expected. So, which is so awesome. And there's no doubt, like I said, the talent is so completely there. The numbers are going to come. It's just a matter of time. And so I'm super duper excited. Let's see here. So another question I have here is, have you seen an increase in your income or an increase in your potential for income since starting the course?
Yes,
okay,
I have.
Good. Yay.
I started at 0, so that's the only way to go is up. But I made a goal to make $1,000 in my first year. Okay. I knew that it was going to be really rough. And as I started with affiliate marketing was my only form of income. And I'm making 24 cents from Amazon and like a purchase,
You're like, ooh, 24 cents.
I don't know that I'm going to make this goal. But when you said the first year you feed the blog, the second year the blog feeds itself, and the third year the blog feeds you, I let go of that expectation and I thought, you know what, it's fine. I'm not going to expect anything this year. But in my original goals, I did write down that $1,000 number. And in that time, I have actually, my affiliate sales have gone up. And then with this new partnership with Enjoyous and a couple of things that have happened outside of that, I'm actually going to hit my goal. I'm going to exceed my goal. And I am set up for the first quarter to triple. I mean, it's just amazing the opportunities that have come about. And when I can start working with a few more of these brands that I really am excited about, I have no doubt that my blog is definitely going to be feeding itself. And I feel like by my 6-month mark of my second year, it will probably start to feed me.
That's awesome, Bree. That is so awesome. I am so thrilled for you.
Thank you.
It's exciting. So, and I think too, part of your success, Bree, is that you were able to really hone in on your messaging and you're able to say, okay, this is where I really want to focus. And you're not trying to do too much with it. You're trying to really focus on one thing at a time. That's really one of your strengths. I can remember we talked about growing on social media and you said, no, I'm going to focus on one platform at a time. And I think that that's something that discipline is what's going to help you in the future. You already had that. That's something that you know how to tailor and how to focus in on. And I think that helps you in your growth. So being in a niche and focusing your content definitely has helped. So that's good. Let's see. And then,
part of that was self-preservation, Monica, because I just began and my head was about ready to explode with all of the things that you needed to do and know and learn. And I just thought, I'm going to make myself crazy and I'm not going to do well at anything. So really that was my motivation, was just, I know that Pinterest is where my people are going to come from. Yeah. I want to learn everything that I can about Pinterest.
Yep.
And then platform. I thought it was going to be Facebook next, but then it turned out that Instagram was going to be the one that the brands were looking for. So I thought, okay, Instagram is going to be the next one. And I've really drilled down, and I feel really confident. Now I'm going to add in some Facebook and with your help, I've been working on Twitter and it's been really good. Anyway, sorry.
It is overwhelming, even to someone like myself. And I've been doing this for over 5 years now. At times it feels like someone just takes a wrench and just knocked the lid off of the fire hydrant and said, here, go have a sip. You're like, are you kidding me? But did you see that? It's just, like, okay, total overwhelm. Where's the fireman? I need one of those to go fetch me. I don't think I can do that. But yeah, it's really, it can be overwhelming. And I think that's key, is to break it down, to make a list, break it down, prioritize the list, and then say, okay, what hours do I have available? You're kind of like me. You've got little ones.
Yeah.
So you have to say, when are my working hours? When can I really focus? And then in that time frame, where am I going to allot that time so that I can make sure I have enough time to get done the really important stuff? I think that's can be really helpful in focusing and dialing down.
And part of the research we did for our avatar in that section, I loved that because I found out where my people were. Yeah. And so that helped inform those decisions and make those priorities.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to go where you're going to have the most impact, the quickest, where you're going to grow the fastest, at least initially at first, and then you can consider other platforms. But I think that your own self-discipline has really played into part of your success and your ability to niche down and to say, I'm going to focus on this. This is what I'm really good at. And I'm super too excited about your Etsy store and just how you're building that, because that is, I mean, some bloggers don't even get into selling their own product until much later down the line. So it's awesome that you're like, I'm going for the gusto. I'm starting that now. So that's a really good thing. Have you seen pretty good sales on that? I mean, more than you thought, or?
Well, it's been slow, but the first sale, as I was reading, I'm an avid reader and, doing webinars and, people said if you get your first sale, like in the first 6 months, like that's something to be excited about. And I thought, holy cow, 6 months is so long. Right. And I didn't have to, I waited maybe 14 days for my first sale, and that felt like an eternity. Right. But it was great. It was great. And I did have some pretty good sales in the fall, but then we didn't have a whole lot of stuff for holiday content yet. But that's okay. And what's great is that I partnered with a graphic designer and we're working together on things for the store. And that was always part of my business plan. I wanted to do that. And so we have a really, really great lineup for next year that we're already working on our spring line that we're going to launch and roll out probably in February. So I think the potential is amazing. I'm super excited.
It's spoken like a true designer, Brie. The spring line. Just hang on.
Birthday party invitations. I don't know, making it sound a little too sexy, but
it just sounds very awesome. I just can't wait. I'm just so excited. Okay, so is there anything that you would say to someone who's considering the course? Anything that you'd like them to know?
Well, I think if they want to earn money, it's probably a good idea. I mean, there's so many ways to earn money, but it's all just kind of nickel and diming until you get to the sponsored posts. And I think that's where you truly make those big connections and the long-term relationships. And like I said, that's where like the true income potential really is. So if they're serious and they want to make it a business, then I think that it's a really, really good idea to take this course and to learn more about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Brie. I think so too. Let's see. So if people want to find out more about you and they want to know, they say, oh man, that Brie, I got to connect with her. Where's the best place to get you? Where can they send you a note, a message if they want to check out your Etsy store? Give me all the skinny on all that stuff.
Okay, well, as you said, I'm Halfpint Design. My website is halfpintpartydesign.com. My Etsy shop is also Halfpint Party Design. And then we have fabric on Spoonflower at Halfpint Party Design as well. And then most of the time I'm on Instagram at Halfpint Design. I'm also on Facebook at Halfpint Design as well. So
okay.
I'd love
to hear that brand consistency. Like so that's awesome. Well, Brie, thank you so much for your time today and for agreeing to interview with me. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to see the cool stuff roll out. And since I'm following you on Instagram, I'm sure I'll get to see it all. So it's always kind of a nice thing when that rolls out on my phone. I'm like, look at this, Brie made this. It's so cool. So that's awesome. And so guys, if you have any questions about any of those types of things, some of the things that Brie's built this year includes an Etsy store. She's definitely doing some design work. She's got some great experience with how to put together a team already. She's starting to build her team with her graphic designer. And so she's already come a long way in 9 months, my friend, a long way. And I don't doubt that it isn't the result of lots and lots of hard work. So kudos to you. My deepest respects for you.
Thank you.
So definitely connect with her. She's a great blogger to know and someone definitely to watch. Not just for the brands, for every other blogger out there, heads up, Bree has hit the scene and she's ready to do parties. So if you're looking for somebody to party with, she's definitely got some great design sense and some great skills. Bree, thanks again so much. And I know that I'll be seeing you again very, very soon. So I just appreciate your time and for sharing with us your success story, and also for sharing with us some of the things that you've experienced here in these last 9 months. It's awesome to see you grow. All right, girl, I'm going to let you go, and I will, I'm sure, see you again very soon. And thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you have any questions, you can also reach me, Monica, at the6figureblog.com, and that is with the number 6, so MONICA at the6figureblog.com. With the number 6, you can send me an email if you have any questions, and I will try to respond as soon as I can. All right, guys, thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you.